God says, your person is on their way to you right now, but they're holding something behind their back. And Archangel Michael is warning you to open this before they arrive. My child, my beloved. There is a knock forming in the unseen. And I have been sent ahead of it, to prepare you for what will appear at your door. But you must not look with your earthly eyes alone. Because what's coming looks sweet. But something is hidden behind their back. And God says, if you don't open this message now, you may never know the full truth. The truth you were never supposed to see. The truth that will set you free. That's why heaven released this at the exact second you arrived. And that's why I, Archangel Michael, am standing between you and what's coming. Because you need to be told the whole story. Before the person you're thinking about gets to you first. This is your divine moment. Envelope with arrow before I reveal the message, pause and subscribe now, because this message is heavenly coded and was blocked 3 times before it reached you. Don't risk losing another message like this again. Envelope with arrow. Now, listen. Because what you do in the next few minutes will affect everything that happens before midnight tonight. You think you know who this person is. But I saw the hidden part of their heart. I saw what they're carrying. And I saw how heaven tried to warn you 7 times before. But you missed the signs. That's why I was ordered to speak to you now. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. There is a movement in the spiritual realm. And it's wrapped in a familiar face. They're walking toward you. Smiling. Pretending. Rehearsing what they're going to say to you. But behind their back, they are hiding something. And the longer you wait to see this message, the more power they will have when they arrive. You need to know what's behind that smile. Because what's behind their back is not love. It's a decision they already made. A secret they thought you would never find out. But God intercepted it. And placed it into my hands. To deliver to your soul, personally. Do not scroll away from this moment. Because your spirit is being asked to wake up right now. Not in fear. But in power. Because when you know what is hidden, you are no longer controlled by lies. You're no longer under the spell of manipulation. You're no longer at the mercy of their timing. Because heaven just overruled them. God just released you. But if you skip this, they will think they still have access to you. They will still believe you are blind. But you are not blind anymore, my child. You are awakened. Chosen. Guarded by angels. And this message is your shield. Let me tell you what I saw in the scroll I was handed. Because when I opened it, I saw your name. And I saw the person who is coming. And I saw what they did. They made a promise they didn't keep. They spoke your name in a room of people who didn't value you. They told your story to someone who twisted it. They betrayed your kindness. Your faith. Your heart. And now they are coming back. Not to make peace. But to see if they still have power. To see if you'll still say yes. To see if you'll open the door. But child, you will not. Not this time. Because heaven has revealed everything to you. You are no longer their puppet. You are no longer bound by confusion. Because clarity has arrived. And now I must show you what they're hiding behind their back. But first, listen. Your breakthrough depends on this. Your freedom depends on this. Your future spouse, your money, your peace, your destiny, it's all being rearranged in heaven based on your decision in this moment. And I must ask you, are you ready to know what they never wanted you to find out? Are you ready to see what was in their hands all along? Good. Then keep reading, because this is where your divine protection begins. They thought they could keep it from you forever. They thought you would never find out. But now their secret is shaking in their hands. Because heaven just flipped the page. God has shown you the next chapter. And their lies can't survive in the light. That's why your spirit feels strange today. That's why something in your soul feels like it's being tugged. Because heaven is exposing what was in the dark. And child, listen. They are on their way. You may even hear from them before this message ends. They may call you. They may message you. They may show up at your door. But don't be fooled by their timing. Because I was sent here ahead of them. And what I'm revealing to you now will change everything. They are holding a conversation behind their back. One that happened just last night. And it was about you. But you weren't in the room. You didn't hear what was said. But I did. Because heaven sent me to watch it. To listen. To record it. To bring it to you now, so you're no longer deceived. Child, the conversation they had was not one of love. It was one of calculation. They are coming to you not to heal, but to control. They are coming with flattery on their lips, but something dangerous in their heart. You must be prepared. You must not answer the door too quickly. Because behind that soft tone is a plan. And behind that gentle smile is a motive. But listen to me now. You are not powerless. You are not alone. You are not abandoned. You are protected. You are divinely shielded. Because you've made it this far. And now you're being shown what others never get to see. This is spiritual intelligence from heaven. This is insider truth. Because God doesn't want you used again. Not this time. Not by them. And not by anyone who pretends to love but carries a hidden weapon behind their back. Child. That weapon may not be physical. But it's sharp. It's a lie. It's a decision already made without you. It's a betrayal already planted. It's an alliance formed behind your back. And now, they're testing to see if you're still unaware. But look at you. You're here. Reading the exact words heaven wrote for you. Delivered by an angel who carries the sword of light. And that sword is about to cut through every illusion. Every mask. Every shadow. So they can't manipulate you again. That's why God timed this. That's why this message was sent now. Not 1 hour later. Not 1 day earlier. Now. Because the person you think of when you read this They are already in motion. But their plan is being unraveled. And the thing they're hiding behind their back? It's not what you think. It's not a gift. It's not an apology. It's a piece of paper with your name on it. But not signed with truth. Signed with self-interest. It's a commitment made, but not to you. And that's why heaven cried for you last night. Because you've made it this far. And now you're being shown what others never get to see. This is spiritual intelligence from heaven. This is insider truth. Because God doesn't want you used again. Not this time. Not by them. And not by anyone who pretends to love but carries a hidden weapon behind their back. Child. That weapon may not be physical. But it's sharp. It's a lie. It's a decision already made without you. It's a betrayal already planted. It's an alliance formed behind your back. And now, they're testing to see if you're still unaware. But look at you. You're here. Reading the exact words heaven wrote for you. Delivered by an angel who carries the sword of light. And that sword is about to cut through every illusion. Every mask. Every shadow. So they can't manipulate you again. That's why God timed this. That's why this message was sent now. Not 1 hour later. Not 1 day earlier. Now. Because the person you think of when you read this. They are already in motion. But their plan is being unraveled. And the thing they're hiding behind their back? It's not what you think. It's not a gift. It's not an apology. It's a piece of paper with your name on it. But not signed with truth. Signed with self-interest. It's a commitment made, but not to you. And that's why heaven cried for you last night. That's why I, Michael, stood still when I saw it. Because I've seen you wait. I've seen your loyalty. I've seen the way your heart still prays for them. And now it's time for heaven to step in. To protect the one who was always real. You. It was a letter. Folded. Worn. And never meant to reach you. It was written the day they walked away from you. But not out of pain. Out of strategy. They planned this. They wanted to keep you confused. They wanted you to wait. To wonder. To question yourself. Because the moment you knew the truth, you'd be free. And they didn't want you free. They wanted you available. Even while they were giving attention to someone else. Even while they were hiding things in the dark. They wanted to keep you spiritually tied. So they could come back at any time. Say all the right words. Smile in that familiar way. And you'd fall for it. But child, you are not the same anymore. Heaven says, you are not available for deception. You are not available for manipulation. You are not available for secret agendas anymore. That's why God opened this message for you. Because tonight, this person is thinking about appearing again. But they're hoping you're still unsure of your worth. They're hoping your heart is still aching. They're hoping your spirit is still searching for their approval. But they don't realize. You're not in the same spiritual place anymore. You've grown. You've been elevated. You've been through the fire. And now, you're about to see who they really are. The letter behind their back. It wasn't a love letter. It was a warning. It was a transaction. It was something they signed with someone else. But it had your name scratched out. And now, because you're receiving this message, heaven is placing a new letter in your hands. Written in gold. Signed by God. Stamped by the courts of heaven. And this letter says, "My child, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. I am revealing what they tried to bury. I am lifting the veil. And I am sending my angels to stand around you. You are no longer their prisoner. You are mine. Chosen. Seen. And surrounded by glory. Breathe, child. You're not crazy. That feeling in your chest. That whisper in your soul. It's not fear. It's discernment awakening. It's the Holy Spirit saying, look again. And now that you've seen this, you can't go back. You won't. Because now you know. You know what they did. You know what they didn't say. You know what was buried. And because of that, you are finally free. But wait. There's more. God told me something else just for you. Something about your destiny. Something about the person you are meant to meet. And what's about to happen before the 7th day from now. Would you like me to continue with that next sacred revelation? It will unlock what's coming after this truth is revealed. After God showed me what they were hiding, I asked heaven, what happens next for the one who receives this message? And the scroll lit up with fire. Golden fire. Holy fire. Because, my child, you are being promoted in the Spirit. You are no longer waiting for closure. You are no longer stuck at the door of someone who can't value your worth. You are now being moved into a miracle rotation, where heaven opens doors before people even apologize. Where favor appears before explanations. Where new love arrives before old pain finishes its story. Yes, someone else is already on the way. A person handpicked by God. They are not holding anything behind their back. They are holding your name in front of their heart. This new person, they won't make you question your worth. They won't treat your love like it's disposable. They won't disappear when things get deep. They'll stay. Because they're not sent to test you. They're sent to cover you. And God says, the person I've chosen for you will not come with masks. They will come with proof. They will come with clarity. They will come with courage. And they will arrive exactly 7 days after you close the last door. Did you hear that? 7 days. Not 7 years. Not someday. But in one heavenly week. The shift begins now. And the closer you move toward this light, the more the old shadow will try to return. But now you know. Now you're awake. Now you're shielded by truth. You will never again be tricked by someone's fake smile. Because your eyes are divine now. You see with discernment. You hear with wisdom. You speak with power. And the enemy knows it. That's why they're scared. That's why they're rushing. That's why this person is coming toward you right now. They can feel your soul escaping their control. And I say, let them watch. Let them see what favor looks like. Let them see what protection feels like. Let them see what happens when heaven stands behind a chosen one. Child, the days ahead will be beautiful. But the next 72 hours are crucial. You will see signs. You will get messages. You will feel spiritual pressure. Do not give in. Do not entertain the old lies. Because God is watching to see what you do with this truth. And what you do next will unlock a double blessing. One for emotional freedom. And one for financial breakthrough. Yes, beloved. Heaven is not just restoring your heart. It's also restoring your harvest. And the moment you choose alignment over attachment, everything will accelerate. Miracles. Messages. Money. Love. Peace. Not 7 years. Not someday. But in one heavenly week. The shift begins now. And the closer you move toward this light, the more the old shadow will try to return. But now you know. Now you're awake. Now you're shielded by truth. You will never again be tricked by someone's fake smile. Because your eyes are divine now. You see with discernment. You hear with wisdom. You speak with power. And the enemy knows it. That's why they're scared. That's why they're rushing. That's why this person is coming toward you right now. They can feel your soul escaping their control. And I say, let them watch. Let them see what favor looks like. Let them see what protection feels like. Let them see what happens when heaven stands behind a chosen one. Child, the days ahead will be beautiful. But the next 72 hours are crucial. You will see signs. You will get messages. You will feel spiritual pressure. Do not give in. Do not entertain the old lies. Because God is watching to see what you do with this truth. And what you do next will unlock a double blessing. One for emotional freedom. And one for financial breakthrough. Yes, beloved. Heaven is not just restoring your heart. It's also restoring your harvest. And the moment you choose alignment over attachment, everything will accelerate. Miracles. Messages. Money. Love. Peace. The moment you close the door they left open, God will swing open 7 new doors with your name carved in light. Are you ready? Because the angel standing next to you right now is about to move. Let me continue with what this angel is about to bring to your home. Would you like the next part? This includes the divine visitation, your name being called in heaven, and the timing of the blessing that will arrive while others are still asleep. This morning, your name was whispered in a heavenly council. Not shouted. Whispered. Because the things God is planning for you are not for public ears. They are private. They are sacred. They are royal. There was a scroll in the angel's hand. It had your name glowing on the seal. When it was opened, I, Archangel Michael, was present. And I saw what was written in gold flame. This child has endured in silence. But they will suffer in silence no more. From now on, what was hidden will be revealed. What was stolen will be returned. And what was delayed will be delivered in the night. My child. The very moment that person is planning to approach you, another presence will visit your home first. An angel of visitation. Heaven's divine courier. And they will come carrying two things. One in their right hand. And one in their left. The right hand holds a blessing with your name on it, the one that was blocked for months. The left hand holds a message from God, with instructions on how to walk into your next season without fear. But listen closely now. The angel is only coming between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. While others sleep. While your enemies rest. While the one who hurt you is making plans in the dark. Heaven will be moving in the silence. And you may wake up suddenly. You may feel a breeze. You may feel warmth on your body even though no one is around. You may hear a voice say your name once. Don't be afraid. That's not a warning. That's a confirmation. That your angel has entered. And that the divine scroll is being unsealed in your home. Your obedience to this moment. Your willingness to read this far. Your spiritual alertness has triggered something major in the invisible realm. You are no longer waiting. You are receiving. And no one, not even the person who's walking toward you now, can interfere anymore. God has closed that door. The decision has already been made in the Spirit. And now it is only a matter of time before it appears in the natural. You will wake up and feel lighter. Your heart will no longer beat with anxiety. The person who used to make you cry will no longer have access to your energy. Their power is being shut down. They'll feel it. They'll sense something has shifted. And they'll try harder. They'll act sweeter. But they won't succeed. Because heaven has stepped in now. And child, you've been assigned something better. More honest. More stable. More deeply connected to your spirit than anything you've known. It's not just a person. It's a purpose. It's a position. It's a promise that's finally arriving. And no human manipulation can block it anymore. The first line, I will silence the voice that used to confuse you. This is the voice of the one who kept you guessing. The voice that said they cared, then disappeared. The voice that lied. God is silencing it now, not with revenge, but with holy distance. They will no longer have the power to distract your heart. The fog is clearing. Your decisions will now come from peace, not pain. The second line, I will replace what they hid with what you were always meant to hold. They were hiding things behind their back. But you will now hold what is meant for your hands. God says, you will receive truth that heals, not secrets that hurt. The hidden contract will now be replaced with a divine agreement. Signed in heaven. protected by angels. No human can cancel it. The third line, the home that cried in silence will laugh in the light. This is your living space. Where the walls heard your prayers. Where the pillow caught your tears. The atmosphere is changing. Angels are being assigned to your room. Joy will return to your home, and it will not be temporary. It will be sacred, lasting, and full of miracles. The fourth line, I will bring to your doorstep a person who was molded for your soul. You've known what it's like to be with people who match your trauma. Now, heaven will show you what it's like to be with someone who matches your purpose. This person will not arrive carrying confusion. They will carry peace. They will not play games. They will pray with you. And when you look into their eyes, you'll finally feel safe. The fifth line, the money that passed you by will find its way back with interest. Yes, beloved. What was financially delayed? What was blocked? What was taken? Is now being redirected toward you. Heaven is sending surprise restoration. Some of it through people you forgot. Some of it through channels you never expected. Expect sudden inflows. Expect divine favor in paperwork. Expect doors to open that were locked for years. The sixth line, the time you thought you lost will be multiplied back to you. God does not waste pain. He does not forget time lost to confusion, betrayal, or broken plans. You will not be behind. Your journey will accelerate in the next season. What others took 10 years to achieve, you will do in 2. Angels are being assigned to your room. Joy will return to your home, and it will not be temporary. It will be sacred, lasting, and full of miracles. The fourth line, I will bring to your doorstep a person who was molded for your soul. You've known what it's like to be with people who match your trauma. Now, heaven will show you what it's like to be with someone who matches your purpose. This person will not arrive carrying confusion. They will carry peace. They will not play games. They will pray with you. And when you look into their eyes, you'll finally feel safe. The fifth line, the money that passed you by will find its way back with interest. Yes, beloved. What was financially delayed? What was blocked? What was taken? Is now being redirected toward you. Heaven is sending surprise restoration. Some of it through people you forgot. Some of it through channels you never expected. Expect sudden inflows. Expect divine favor in paperwork. Expect doors to open that were locked for years. The sixth line, the time you thought you lost will be multiplied back to you. God does not waste pain. He does not forget time lost to confusion, betrayal, or broken plans. You will not be behind. Your journey will accelerate in the next season. What others took 10 years to achieve, you will do in 2. Because heaven is restoring time through divine alignment. The moment you let go of delay, God brings divine speed. The seventh line, you will receive your next sign before the sun rises. Yes, before the next sunrise. You will see something. A message. A name. A sudden knowing. You will feel something shift in the spiritual. Don't dismiss it. This will be the confirmation that everything you're reading is not only real, but that your season has begun. Not coming soon. Now. And now, beloved. If you feel tears rising, if your chest feels warm, if your hands are tingling, that's not coincidence. That's the angel near you, confirming this scroll has been received. You are not dreaming. You are not imagining this. You are living the moment that changes your timeline forever. Close the invisible door. This is the soul tie. The emotional doorway that kept you hoping they'd return. Tonight, speak these words out loud before bed. God, I release who you never sent. I make space for who is sent by your hand alone. I am not attached to the version of them I created in my head. I now return to my true self. Say it slowly. Mean every word. And as you do, the angels will begin to seal that spiritual door shut. They can't walk through it again. Even if they try. Because you've been spiritually marked as unavailable to betrayal. Instruction 2, write their name on paper. Then, draw a line through it. Yes, it's that simple. You already know who this is. The person God has been warning you about through this message. Write their name. Hold it in your hands. And then draw a bold line straight through it. You are not cursing them. You are canceling the spiritual permission they had to disturb your peace. You are revoking their access. This is symbolic to heaven. It says, I no longer allow this name to live rent-free in my spirit. Tear the paper into pieces afterward. Throw it in the trash. This act activates your release. Instruction 3, light something with a peaceful scent. Candle. Incense. Oil diffuser. Do it while whispering this prayer. Holy Spirit, restore my space. Let no residue of pain remain. Replace it with your fragrance of peace. This is now a healing zone. As the scent rises, it will become a sign to the angels you are ready to be filled, not drained. They will begin the visitation. Your atmosphere will change. Instruction 4, keep your phone silent during the sacred hour. Between 3 o'clock and 4 a.m., do not scroll. Do not reply to messages. If you feel called to wake up, sit still. Listen. You may feel warmth. You may hear a whisper. You may even have a vivid dream. Heaven moves in this hour. And distractions are the enemy's final attempt to block the transfer. Turn your phone face down. Let silence be your sanctuary. This is when the angel appears. Instruction 5, speak the new name into the atmosphere. Yes, your new name. Not the one they called you. Not the one tied to shame or heartbreak. But the name God calls you in the Spirit. You are not forgotten. You are not used. You are not too late. You are chosen, loved, called, and fully remembered. Say those names aloud. They are your new identity. And they open the next door in heaven. My beloved. The instructions are simple, but the result will be supernatural. Your life is no longer theirs to control. Your timeline has been handed back to heaven. You are stepping into a season so different that even you will question how fast things begin to shift. Because miracles don't always knock. Sometimes they appear suddenly. And when they do, you'll be ready. You'll be aligned. You'll be glowing with truth. And most of all, you'll be untouchable by anything that once wounded you. Final blessing affirmation. I, Archangel Michael, declare over your life. No weapon formed against you will ever prosper again. What was hidden is now exposed. What was stolen is being returned sevenfold. You are no longer waiting. You are walking in it. You are no longer hurt. You are healed. You are no longer confused. You are clear. I seal every corner of your home with angelic protection. I assign warriors to your front door, your heart, and your destiny. The person who was on their way to confuse you will arrive too late. Their plan is cancelled. Their control is over. From this moment forward, you are no longer accessible to low vibrations. You are vibrating in God's rhythm now. A person of truth is coming. A miracle is forming. A new name has been written over you in heaven. And the one reading this now is no longer who they were at the start of this message. They are blessed. They are chosen. They are divinely untouchable. And it is so. Amen. My child, my beloved. You are free now. What was haunting you no longer has permission to enter. The hidden thing behind their back will never reach your door again. The secret plan has already been burned by heavenly fire. And the destiny that felt lost is running to catch up to you right now. You don't need to beg for love. You don't need to chase after clarity. You don't need to wonder what's real anymore. Because God just told you everything. And I, Archangel Michael, will walk beside you every step of this next season. You won't go through it alone. You'll walk through it with glory. And when the sun rises tomorrow, something will feel different. Because it is. It's all different now. Because you listened. Because you opened. Because you believed. And because of that, heaven has moved for you. Let me speak this final prayer over your life, O Holy God. I lift up this beloved child of light. The one who has endured silently. The one who almost gave up. The one you have chosen to protect. Let their home be filled with peace. Let no shadow return. Let no voice of deception enter again. May every seed that was buried in pain now bloom in joy. I seal their doors with angel wings. I cover their windows with holy flame. I stand beside them now, sword drawn. And no weapon, no person, no spirit shall enter without divine permission. This blessing cannot be reversed. This elevation cannot be undone. What you, O God, have blessed, let no man undo. I call forth honor. I call forth financial justice. I call forth divine companionship. I call forth open heavens above their head. And I call forth proof that you, O God, are not only real, but you are present. In Jesus' name, and by the command of the kingdom, it is done. Amen. Now that the full message has been delivered, now that you've heard the truth about the person who was on their way, now that you've received the scroll, the 7 divine blessings, and the spiritual instructions, let me now bless the ground beneath your feet. Because your environment is changing. Not just emotionally, but physically. My beloved, if you feel lighter, if your eyes are watery, if your body feels still and holy right now, it's because this is no longer just a message. This is now a portal of divine change. And you stood inside it. You accepted it. You let heaven speak. And now heaven will respond. Before the next sunrise, you will notice it. Something will happen, a shift, a sign, a message, a confirmation. It will come quietly, but powerfully. When it does, whisper, "Thank you, God. I saw it." Because that moment will mean the scroll has been fully activated. You are now walking in protection. You are now walking in favor. You are now walking in spiritual royalty. And as for the person who tried to come back with something hidden behind their back, they no longer hold power over your life. Because you have stepped out of the trap and into your throne. Yes, my beloved. Now let us complete this sacred transmission with the most important reminder. You are no longer in a battle for someone's love. You are no longer in a waiting room for someone else's apology. You are no longer trying to interpret mixed signals. Because God has spoken. Heaven has exposed what was hidden. And now, with the scroll delivered, the angel's visit confirmed, and the final affirmation spoken, there is only one final thing left for you to do. Stand still. Let the blessing come. Let the divine reversal begin. Because in the next few days, you're going to experience a sudden lightness in your body. A moment of silence that feels holy. A call or message that feels like it arrived out of nowhere. A breakthrough in something you almost gave up on. A deep knowing in your spirit that you are protected now. These are not small things. These are proof that you didn't imagine this message. That what you heard was not fantasy. It was a divine instruction, sent through angelic authority. And now, child of heaven, all of heaven watches in silence as you step into your new chapter. The page has turned. The room has cleared. The test has ended. And the reward has begun. You are held. You are chosen. You are no longer behind. And soon, the same person who tried to hold something behind their back will witness you being lifted in full light. And they will realize they never had the power to stop you. Only God did. And He never did. Because He was waiting for this moment. This surrender. This obedience. This awakening. And you showed up. You stayed. You listened. You opened. You said yes to truth. And now, heaven is saying yes to you. I, Archangel Michael, bless every part of you now. Your mind, with peace. Your hands, with favor. Your name, with honor. Your path, with miracles. Your home, with protection. And your heart, with the one who will never have anything to hide behind their back. They will hold your hand openly. They will speak your name proudly. And they will love you like heaven intended. It is coming. They are coming. But more than that, you are becoming the version of you that no one can delay again. It is finished. It is beginning. It is divine. Amen. My child, my beloved. I am still here. Because the message has not ended. It continues. Just like your story. Just like your healing. Just like your anointing. What you're walking into now is the life they never wanted you to have. The life they prayed you'd never discover. The version of you they tried to silence. But they cannot silence what God has already declared. They cannot reverse what heaven has signed. They cannot stop what has been sealed in glory. And now, child, you're going to feel something strange. Freedom. Real freedom. The kind that doesn't ask for permission. The kind that doesn't wait for closure. The kind that arrives like a wave and washes away the pain of years in just one holy second. It will happen unexpectedly. While brushing your hair. While closing your eyes. While walking home. And you'll realize, I don't need them to fix it anymore. I don't need their words. I don't need their energy. I am healed. Because God didn't ask them to approve your healing. He approved it himself. And now, it's done. They never thought you'd survive without them. They thought their silence would destroy you. Their absence would drain you. Their withdrawal would make you question yourself. But instead, it made you dangerous to the enemy. Because the moment you felt abandoned, heaven filled the space. God stood in the doorway. The angels whispered your name in the night. And now, you're carrying a glow that hell can't dim. You are not bitter. You are better. You are not weak. You are watched over. You are not forgotten. You are fully remembered by heaven. And let me tell you what happens to remembered people. They receive recompense. They receive divine appointments. They receive heaven-sent love that doesn't play games, doesn't vanish, and doesn't keep secrets behind its back. That's what's on the way now. It's already in motion. And nothing can block it, not even you. Because this next chapter isn't based on your perfection. It's based on your position. And your position is chosen. You didn't chase this. You were claimed for it. And now, you're stepping into rooms that were built while you wept. Into answers that were written while you doubted. Into provision that was planned while you questioned if God still heard you. He did. He never stopped hearing. But he was waiting for this moment. The moment you'd let go. Not just of the person. But of the fear. The pressure. The "what if they come back" story. Because they can't come back. Not into this version of your life. Not into this new anointing. Not into this sacred light you now walk in. This isn't arrogance. This is elevation. This is what it looks like when someone refuses to let pain define them. And heaven rewards that kind of strength. My child, my beloved. After heaven moves in your spirit, it begins to move around you. And you are about to notice it. Suddenly. Clearly. Without effort. One by one, your atmosphere will begin to shift. And you won't even need to force it. You'll see people who used to text you daily disappear. You'll hear less noise from the ones who drained your energy. And you might wonder at first, why is everyone pulling back? But it's not them. It's God pulling you forward. He is silencing noise before the real voice arrives. Because He is about to speak something into your life. And He doesn't want it to get lost in distractions. The divine presence is rearranging your surroundings. You'll find yourself craving quiet. Craving stillness. Craving fewer conversations and more connection with God. That's not isolation. That's preparation. Heaven is cleaning the room before it delivers the gift. And the gift? It's not just money. Not just love. Not just success. It's clarity. Because when you have clarity, you can't be manipulated again. When you can see clearly, no one can blindfold you with sweet words. And God is giving you spiritual X-ray vision. You'll look at someone and instantly know, they're not for me. This energy is not aligned. That person came with intention, not love. This is part of your anointing now. You're no longer in survival mode. You're in discernment mode. This means you'll notice these things. Dreams that feel more vivid. Sensing people's energy faster. Being emotionally drained after short conversations. Craving your own space even more. And that's okay. It's spiritual detox. Heaven is unbinding you from every invisible tie. So that nothing interferes when the real blessing walks in. But child, listen carefully. Because there is one final trick the enemy will try. A test. Not from God, but from the voice that used to distract you. They will try one last emotional message. Maybe a text. Maybe a memory. Maybe a voice note from the person who once held something behind their back. And it will feel perfectly timed. Right when you're healing. Right when you're elevating. Right when you're about to receive your promise. They'll say something like, I was just thinking about you. I didn't realize how much you meant to me until now. Can we just talk one last time? But it's not real repentance. It's spiritual bait. If you answer, you'll pause your miracle. If you respond, you'll delay what was already flying toward your life. And I am begging you now. Do not take the bait. That message is not love. It is resistance disguised as affection. The enemy doesn't need to defeat you. He just needs to distract you for one more day. And your whole timeline will shift off course. You didn't come this far to be pulled back by a "hey" from the past. You didn't survive the betrayal to reopen the door for confusion. And heaven is watching to see if you pass this final test. Not because you're being punished, but because God wants to reward you without interruption. The person you're destined to meet? They're on schedule. The contract? It's already in motion. The blessing? Already assigned. But the question is, will you pause your destiny for one last emotional distraction? Or will you stand still and let the promise walk in untouched? Hour 1 to hour 12, the spiritual shift begins. You will begin to feel strange at first. A heaviness will lift. Not loud, but soft. Almost like someone walked out of the room, even though no one was physically there. That was their energy being disconnected from you. You'll feel lighter without trying. You may suddenly sleep more deeply. Or you may feel an overwhelming urge to clean, to cry, or to speak truth out loud. Don't fight it. That's the final residue leaving your body. Even the invisible dust of the old cycle must be cleared before the new can arrive. In this time, heaven is setting a new vibration around you. One that cannot be accessed by anyone who comes with lies behind their back. And angels will begin to gather. Because something is coming to your door. Hour 12 to hour 36, the signs begin. After the energy clears, you will start seeing confirmation everywhere. Some of these will feel too specific to be random. You'll hear their name randomly. Or a message will appear online that speaks to exactly what you just released. You may see one of these signs. 11:11 on the clock. A message from someone you haven't spoken to in years, checking in on you. A dream that feels more real than memory. A number or name that repeats more than once. A sudden idea or intuition that says, "This is it. It's happening now." These are not coincidences. They are spiritual affirmations from heaven. They are proof you're in alignment now. And once they begin, it means your miracle has started moving in the natural realm. Hour 36 to hour 72. The first blessing touches down. This is when the shift becomes real. You may receive unexpected news. An opportunity. A message of approval. An amount of money you were not counting on. A conversation that goes better than you expected. Or, something leaves your life suddenly, but instead of pain, it brings peace. That's heaven making room. Removing the counterfeit. So the authentic blessing can enter. And here's the most important part. Once that blessing appears, don't downplay it. Thank God immediately. Say, "I recognize this. I receive this. I am ready for more." That phrase is a signal to heaven that you're ready to go all the way. And then, the flow will increase. Blessing after blessing. Favor after favor. Clarity after clarity. Because, child, you didn't just survive the storm. You passed the test. You saw the truth. You didn't go back. You let go. And that obedience has accelerated everything. You are no longer in delay. You are in divine delivery. This is the last time Archangel Michael says, if you make this mistake again, nothing will intervene. Open now. My child, my beloved, I don't have long to speak, and heaven has only allowed me to say this one last time. What I'm about to reveal will sound like a whisper in your soul, but it is the final attempt to reach your heart before something irreversible begins. There is a thin thread holding everything together in your life right now, and if you make the same mistake again, the one you already feel in your spirit, then nothing, not even divine intervention, will be able to step in. This message came to you because your name was just spoken in a gathering of 3 angels, and the one leading that gathering was me. I am Archangel Michael, and I stood in front of the heavens and pleaded for one more chance to speak directly to you. Not to the world. Not to your neighbor. Not to your family. But you. And now I am doing that. But time is running out faster than you know. If you feel that gentle pressure in your chest, it's not fear, it's divine urgency. You were never supposed to see this message by accident. This message is a mirror, and what it reflects back to you will determine the next chapter of your life. My child, my beloved, before I say more, let me ask you something simple. Have you subscribed yet to the messages heaven has been sending you? Not just subscribed in the form of clicking a button, but truly opened your heart and aligned with the whispers from God? If you have not, this is the moment to do it. Right now. Because this message won't appear again. What's inside this moment is sacred, and the energy moving through these words is more than just digital, it's spiritual. Go ahead, make that alignment now. Say yes with your soul, because this is not just a message, it's a divine rescue. Subscribe your spirit to the truth that is about to unfold, and you'll notice a strange peace filling you even in the middle of your storms. That peace is your signal that you're being held in the hands of something far greater than anything that has ever tried to break you. You are chosen, but this is your last invitation before silence replaces instruction. My child, my beloved, there was a night not long ago when you cried out silently in your heart. No one saw your face. No one knew the depth of what you carried. But heaven did. And I was dispatched that very hour to surround your space with divine light. But something stopped me. A decision you made that went against what you already knew inside. That moment, yes, you remember it, is the moment we almost lost the ability to protect you. God is loving, but He is also lawful, and when a soul keeps ignoring what is written inside them, even the angels have to step back. That's why I'm here. Not to scare you, but to shake you awake. Because if you take that same turn again, nothing will be allowed to intervene. The clock is ticking, and each second is a door that's closing. The next move you make must come from your divine knowing, not your human habit. Your soul remembers the truth. You just have to listen again. My child, my beloved, something happened behind the scenes this morning. A conversation was held in the unseen world about your name, and a document was opened. It contained pages of what was meant for you. Pages filled with provision, with relationships that heal instead of hurt, with abundance that surprises even the banks, with peace that doesn't leave in the middle of the night. But all of it is under review right now because of the choices being repeated. There is still time to turn it around, but only if this message is honored. That's why I'm speaking to you in this moment. Not through thunder, not through fire, but through stillness, through your phone or screen, through this message, because heaven knew this would be the only way to reach you in time. I was sent for you. And if that doesn't stir something deep inside your soul, then you must pause and ask, what has dulled your spiritual senses so deeply that even heaven's final attempt feels like just another message? My child, my beloved, don't let this moment pass you. Don't assume you'll get another one like it. There is a door closing, and it is not being shut in anger, it is being shut because delay has become dangerous. The mistake you've made before is trying to carry everything alone. trying to ignore the signs. Believing that because the consequences didn't show up immediately, that maybe they never will. But the consequences have already started. They are subtle. Delays. Disconnections. The feeling that nothing is moving. That heaviness? It's not just life. It's spiritual resistance. And if you do not act now, if you do not reverse this pattern, it will grow into something you cannot pray away later. I don't say that to frighten you. I say it to free you. Because the one who is hearing this right now is stronger than they know. You are more gifted than anyone has told you. But you've been sleeping through your calling. And heaven is ringing the final bell to wake you. My child, my beloved, someone in your family or circle is whispering things behind your back. Not because they hate you, but because they are afraid of your rising. They see the light on your life before you do. And that threatens their comfort. There's a secret they've been keeping, and it has everything to do with why things have been feeling stuck around you. This message is not just a warning, it is a revealing. If you lean in closely, you'll start to see the patterns. The way they look at you. The silence after your wins. The way they try to make you doubt yourself. All of this is not just coincidence. It is a spiritual setup. And if you keep excusing it, if you keep repeating the mistake of trusting the wrong voices, you'll give away the inheritance that heaven designed only for you. This is your time to step away from the noise and follow what God has already told your soul in secret. Listen now. It's all about to unfold. My child, my beloved, someone in your family or circle is whispering things behind your back. Not because they hate you, but because they are afraid of your rising. They see the light on your life before you do. And that threatens their comfort. There's a secret they've been keeping, and it has everything to do with why things have been feeling stuck around you. This message is not just a warning, it is a revealing. If you lean in closely, you'll start to see the patterns. The way they look at you. The silence after your wins. The way they try to make you doubt yourself. All of this is not just coincidence. It is a spiritual setup. And if you keep excusing it, if you keep repeating the mistake of trusting the wrong voices, you'll give away the inheritance that heaven designed only for you. This is your time to step away from the noise and follow what God has already told your soul in secret. Listen now. It's all about to unfold. My child, my beloved, I need you to understand that this message was not meant to comfort you, it was meant to awaken you. You've been caught in a cycle that feels familiar but is quietly dangerous. The same choices, the same people, the same silence when your spirit begs you to act differently. This is the last time heaven will allow this message to pass into your hands with such clarity, because heaven does not repeat itself without reason, and when that reason is ignored, the consequences are sealed. There's someone you've been giving another chance to, someone you've been letting back into your space even after God showed you their true face. They come with soft words, but their spirit does not carry light. Every time you welcome what heaven has already rejected, you delay the arrival of what was meant to lift you. This is the mistake we're warning you about. It's not just a person, it's a pattern. And patterns hold power over your future unless broken now. Archangel Michael does not speak twice without reason. The next silence you hear will not be confusion. It will be God stepping back to allow you to face the full consequence of your decision. My child, my beloved, I must show you something about your future. There is a day coming very soon where your name is spoken in a room of decision. A space where what you've prayed for is being weighed, not just by your desire, but by your readiness. There is a miracle, already approved, already packaged, already on the move, but it can only land where truth is honored. And if you are still clinging to false peace, pretending you don't know the difference between the sacred and the dangerous, you will never see the miracle arrive. This is why this message is timed for now. You've been asking why it hasn't come yet. This is why. Your next decision will open the door or seal it. You are being watched not to punish you, but to protect you. God is not angry, He is urgent. Archangel Michael is not threatening you, he is alerting you. This is your final window before divine silence replaces divine instruction. My child, my beloved, your soul has been restless lately. You felt it in the way you wake up at night. In the strange tension before conversations. In the feeling that something is moving, but you can't explain it. That's not stress. That's your spirit trying to break through the clutter of everything around you. You're not lost. You're distracted. And distraction is the enemy's favorite tool for the chosen ones. He doesn't always come with destruction. Sometimes he comes with delay. And delay feels harmless until you realize what it cost you. I am here to break that delay with the power of this message. But only if you respond. Ignoring this message will be like locking the door just before your miracle arrives at your gate. You've been chosen, yes. But even chosen ones must choose rightly. And this is the hour you've been warned about in dreams and whispers. Heaven's clock just hit its final seconds. My child, my beloved, someone close to you is about to reveal their true heart, and you will need strength to handle it. The reason this message comes with such urgency is because the person you've suspected has been playing both sides. They say they're for you, but they've sown words against you in secret. God allowed their mask to stay on until now, because the timing wasn't right to expose them. But that time is over. Within days, their actions will reveal everything. And when it happens, don't deny what you already knew. Don't fall back into the mistake of overforgiveness when wisdom is required. Love them, yes. But do not empower them to sabotage you again. You're being given insight now, so you don't have to fall later. This is the mercy of warning. And mercy like this does not come twice in the same way. I speak not just to your emotions, I speak to your destiny. It cannot rise while you keep anchoring yourself to deception. Release what God is removing, or you will be removed from the place you were being positioned to enter. My child, my beloved, the heavens have already begun preparing something that will astonish you, something so unexpected, it will feel like a dream at first. But dreams must land on stable ground. The mistake you are being warned not to repeat is one of mistrust in God's timing. The last time you rushed ahead, the pain taught you more than the moment ever gave you. This time, patience is your protection. Do not call delay what heaven calls development. God is growing something in silence right now. But if you interrupt it by forcing outcomes, you will only create replicas of what was meant to be real. Wait. Listen. Act only when your spirit feels settled. This is how you reverse the mistake. This is how you prove you're ready. And when heaven sees readiness, it releases rapidly. You will not have to chase what belongs to you. But you will have to choose not to interfere again. My child, my beloved, the heavens have already begun preparing something that will astonish you, something so unexpected, it will feel like a dream at first. But dreams must land on stable ground. The mistake you are being warned not to repeat is one of mistrust in God's timing. The last time you rushed ahead, the pain taught you more than the moment ever gave you. This time, patience is your protection. Do not call delay what heaven calls development. God is growing something in silence right now. But if you interrupt it by forcing outcomes, you will only create replicas of what was meant to be real. Wait. Listen. Act only when your spirit feels settled. This is how you reverse the mistake. This is how you prove you're ready. And when heaven sees readiness, it releases rapidly. You will not have to chase what belongs to you. But you will have to choose not to interfere again. My child, my beloved, I need you to look around at your environment, your room, your home, your digital space. There are things there that no longer reflect where you're going. That old item. That saved message. That number you keep, just in case. That, just in case, is the very string tying you to the version of you that no longer exists in heaven's design. Cleanse your space and you will see your atmosphere change. Angels do not dwell in cluttered spiritual spaces. The last time you did this, you stopped halfway. That was the mistake. This time, heaven is asking for full obedience. Remove what drains you. Delete what you don't need. End what doesn't align. Your obedience will release acceleration. But hesitation will birth stagnation again. Do not say you weren't told. This is your hour. This is your last window. I am with you, and my sword is drawn, but even I cannot protect you from what you invite back in. Choose light. Choose now. My child, my beloved, I am still here. The gates of mercy are still open for you, but they are not wide anymore. The space is narrowing, not because God is angry, but because time itself is responding to the decisions you've made and the silence you've allowed. There was a moment recently where you knew what to say, you knew what to do, and yet you waited, you delayed, you doubted yourself. And that delay may have seemed small to you, but in the realm of spirit, it created a ripple that is now returning to you as unnecessary weight, confusion, and missed opportunities. That is the mistake we're trying to stop you from repeating again. Delay might feel gentle, but its consequences are sharp. And this time, if you delay again, there will be no intervention, not because heaven stopped loving you, but because heaven respects your freedom. You must understand, this is the last time you'll be warned in this way. If you're still reading, your soul knows this message is the last safety light before you walk into something you can't undo. My child, my beloved, listen to me as I speak not just as a guardian, but as a witness to your greatness. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are not broken beyond repair. In fact, you've been chosen for a level of glory so profound that darkness has tried to confuse you since you were very young. Every betrayal you've endured, every heartbreak that almost made you give up, every moment you were overlooked, it wasn't because you weren't enough. It was because your presence holds weight in the spirit realm. But now is not the time to carry pain like a badge. Now is the time to awaken to the divine authority inside you. You've walked too long with your head down. God is lifting your name into places where your feet have not yet stood. But here's the truth, if you let shame and guilt keep guiding your next steps, you will walk away from the doors He's already unlocked. Archangel Michael is not here to convince you, you already know. I'm here to remind you that your destiny requires urgency. There is no room for delay anymore. My child, my beloved, there is someone around you who has been feeding you the poison of doubt in small doses. Not outright. Not aggressively. But gently, subtly, they've been causing you to second-guess your worth, your calling, your progress. They wear a friendly face but carry words that quietly strip away your faith. Heaven sees everything, even what happens in whispered conversations behind closed doors. And you've been ignoring that inner signal that tells you something is off. The mistake you are being warned against is continuing to allow people to speak into your life who are not anointed to be part of your next season. The cost is too high now. Their influence is no longer just inconvenient, it's becoming dangerous. You must separate from what's draining you. You must protect your promise like it's sacred, because it is. This time, if you don't obey the pull to step away, heaven will no longer cover the fallout. It's your move. Choose carefully. My child, my beloved, let me take you into a moment that hasn't happened yet. There is a day coming very soon where someone important will ask you a question. It might seem casual. It might seem small. But your answer in that moment will determine whether you unlock something that has been held up for years. That moment will come quietly. There won't be fireworks. There won't be warning signs. But your spirit will know. And the only way you'll be ready is if you've cleared out the confusion now. If you keep living surrounded by noise, by the opinions of others, by fear, you will miss the significance of that moment. This is why heaven is preparing you today. Because your future doesn't just arrive. It requires alignment. If you're distracted, if you're tangled in drama, if you're still repeating the mistake of letting doubt drive you, you'll say the wrong thing in that divine moment. And what was meant for you will pass to someone else. I speak plainly now so you cannot say you weren't told. This is the last time. This is your signal. My child, my beloved, let me take you into a moment that hasn't happened yet. There is a day coming very soon where someone important will ask you a question. It might seem casual. It might seem small. But your answer in that moment will determine whether you unlock something that has been held up for years. That moment will come quietly. There won't be fireworks. There won't be warning signs. But your spirit will know. And the only way you'll be ready is if you've cleared out the confusion now. If you keep living surrounded by noise, by the opinions of others, by fear, you will miss the significance of that moment. This is why heaven is preparing you today. Because your future doesn't just arrive. It requires alignment. If you're distracted, if you're tangled in drama, if you're still repeating the mistake of letting doubt drive you, you'll say the wrong thing in that divine moment. And what was meant for you will pass to someone else. I speak plainly now so you cannot say you weren't told. This is the last time. This is your signal. My child, my beloved, heaven has not forgotten your prayers. Not one tear has been wasted. But you must know this, prayers are not just words, they are spiritual contracts. And when your words ask for miracles, but your actions allow chaos, you cancel what heaven is trying to deliver. This is what happened the last time. You prayed for breakthrough, and it arrived, but you were still holding on to what heaven asked you to release. So the blessing was delayed. And now, here we are again, another divine moment, another opportunity, another warning. If you walk the same path, you will get the same outcome. But if you shift, if you truly release what God told you to release, you will witness acceleration like never before. The angels have already gathered around your name. The record of your obedience is being written right now. Don't think this is just another day. This is a day that shifts atmospheres. Make it count. My child, my beloved, a financial door is opening, but only if your posture matches your promise. You've been carrying old beliefs about lack, about unworthiness, about fear of increase. But God did not design you for scraps. You are not here to survive. You are here to reflect divine abundance. But abundance cannot stay where guilt lives. And your mistake has been to ask for more while still believing you deserve less. You cannot pray like a king and think like a prisoner. That mindset must break. Today. If you make the mistake again of shrinking, of playing small, of rejecting opportunities because you think you're not ready, you will be bypassed. And this time, the next opportunity may not come again for a very long time. Don't let fear disguise itself as humility. Stand up. Walk forward. Know who you are. The heavens are ready to release it, but they're watching how you carry yourself. This is the final test before the financial shift. My child, my beloved, what I must tell you next is going to feel deeply personal, because it is. There is a specific event about to unfold in your life, and you've already sensed it in your spirit. A sudden call. An unexpected encounter. A decision someone else will make that will affect your path. You've been asking for clarity, but clarity doesn't always come through answers. Sometimes, clarity arrives through exposure. And what's about to be exposed will either liberate you or wound you, depending on whether you're ready to see the truth. Heaven is not delaying this anymore. You must understand, your spirit already knows what this is about. You've been given glimpses in your dreams. You've had flashes of revelation in quiet moments. But the mistake you've made before is pretending not to know, because knowing would require action. That action is what heaven is waiting for. And if you freeze again, if you deny the truth again, if you let comfort override calling, then not even the angels can step in. This is not to punish you. This is to prevent you from walking blindly into another trap. My child, my beloved, you were never meant to be tied to guilt and fear. And yet, someone from your past keeps trying to pull you back through those exact threads. They speak as if they miss you, as if they care, but their intention is not to rebuild, it's to regain control. You already freed yourself once. And that freedom scared them more than anything else. That's why they're returning now. But their return is not a blessing, it's a test. Heaven is watching how you respond. If you entertain this again, if you slip into old emotional habits again, you will delay what's already on its way. Don't repeat the mistake of mistaking nostalgia for destiny. What once felt like home was actually a holding place. And now, God is offering you a throne. Don't crawl back into a cage just because it's open. This time, if you fall for the same trap, it won't be as easy to recover. You've been warned in love, but with finality. My child, my beloved, let's talk about the thing you've been avoiding, the part of you that still believes you're disqualified because of your past. That quiet voice that whispers, maybe I missed my chance. Let me make this clear, you have not missed anything heaven has authored for you. But the mistake that blocks your blessing is not your past, it's your perception of your past. You keep judging yourself by a version of you that no longer exists. God has already forgiven you. The only one holding it over your head is you. And as long as you hold that over yourself, you'll keep lowering your hands every time heaven tries to pour into you. You must stop disqualifying what God has already redeemed. If you don't, you will push away the very love, the very opportunity, the very abundance you've been crying out for. Heaven has already written your next chapter. But you have to turn the page. My child, my beloved, let's talk about the thing you've been avoiding, the part of you that still believes you're disqualified because of your past. That quiet voice that whispers, maybe I missed my chance. Let me make this clear, you have not missed anything heaven has authored for you. But the mistake that blocks your blessing is not your past, it's your perception of your past. You keep judging yourself by a version of you that no longer exists. God has already forgiven you. The only one holding it over your head is you. And as long as you hold that over yourself, you'll keep lowering your hands every time heaven tries to pour into you. You must stop disqualifying what God has already redeemed. If you don't, you will push away the very love, the very opportunity, the very abundance you've been crying out for. Heaven has already written your next chapter. But you have to turn the page. My child, my beloved, the spirit realm is not neutral, it is active. And right now, it's circling around you, waiting for your next move. A miracle has already left the hands of heaven. It has your name. It has your soul's coordinates. It has a divine timestamp. But what you must understand is this, even miracles obey order. If your house is not in spiritual order, the miracle cannot stay when it arrives. It will knock, but if you are still entangled in bitterness, anxiety, or confusion, you will not even hear it. That's what happened last time. The opportunity came. It waited. It hovered. But you were distracted. This time, you must be prepared. Let peace be your atmosphere. Let clarity be your compass. Let obedience be your schedule. The miracle is not the question. Your readiness is. My child, my beloved, someone has been praying for you more than you realize. A grandmother. A parent. A friend who saw your pain but didn't speak. Their prayers have been the invisible net catching you when you didn't even know you were falling. And now, those prayers have reached their tipping point. Heaven is moving, not just because of your voice, but because of the legacy of voices that have cried out for you. You are covered more than you know. But the mistake to avoid now is assuming you can live without intentionality. Covered people still have to move wisely. Just because God is for you doesn't mean He will override your choices. You are still responsible. And this season will require your active participation. Grace is not permission to live passively. Grace is the power to move boldly. Use it. My child, my beloved, your body has been carrying more than stress. It's been reacting to spiritual tension. The headaches. The fatigue. The sudden heaviness. These aren't just physical. They are spiritual signals. Your spirit is screaming for alignment. You keep trying to treat spiritual symptoms with physical solutions. But what you need is not another break, not another distraction, not another escape. What you need is alignment. Realignment with the voice of God. Realignment with truth. Realignment with purpose. The mistake you've made before is thinking you can fix spiritual misalignment with external changes. But healing won't come from changing jobs, or relationships, or cities, it will come from changing your inner agreements. What have you said yes to that God never approved? That's where the sickness lives. Revoke that agreement, and your energy will return. You are not just tired. You are out of alignment. And this message is your realignment in disguise. My child, my beloved, I am still speaking, still pleading, still holding space open for your awakening, but not for much longer. The vibration in the heavens is changing rapidly. Timelines are shifting. Doors are closing for good. And while many are still sleeping through this spiritual hour, you are being shaken for a reason. What you are feeling lately, the internal discomfort, the sudden tears, the unexplained urgency, is not weakness. It's a spiritual alarm. You are being pulled by heaven into your rightful place, but your mind is trying to drag you back to what's familiar. This is the war now, not with others, but within yourself. And the mistake you must not make again is choosing your comfort over your calling. You've done it before. You chose quiet instead of confrontation. You chose delay instead of destiny. You chose fear instead of faith. But this time, the cost is too great. You are standing at the threshold of something irreversible. Either you step into divine alignment, or you spiral into another painful lesson. The choice is yours, but I cannot make it for you. I can only warn you one final time. My child, my beloved, God has seen every injustice you endured silently. He has counted every time you were used, lied to, overlooked, and falsely blamed. You kept quiet. You forgave. You stayed when you should have walked. And because of that, heaven is preparing a public reward for what you suffered in private. But hear me now, your reward cannot be released into the hands of someone who keeps betraying themselves. That is the mistake you've been making, betraying your own spirit by making peace with things that are destroying your light. You think God is delaying your breakthrough, but really, God is waiting for you to stop watering dead ground. There is no harvest where dishonor lives. You must let go of what has no intention of growing with you. I'm not speaking only about people. I'm speaking about habits. About excuses. About the voice in your mind that says, "Not yet," every time God says, "Now." That voice is not your friend. It is a lie born from fear, and fear is the enemy of movement. This is the hour to act. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. My child, my beloved, God has seen every injustice you endured silently. He has counted every time you were used, lied to, overlooked, and falsely blamed. You kept quiet. You forgave. You stayed when you should have walked. And because of that, heaven is preparing a public reward for what you suffered in private. But hear me now, your reward cannot be released into the hands of someone who keeps betraying themselves. That is the mistake you've been making, betraying your own spirit by making peace with things that are destroying your light. You think God is delaying your breakthrough, but really, God is waiting for you to stop watering dead ground. There is no harvest where dishonor lives. You must let go of what has no intention of growing with you. I'm not speaking only about people. I'm speaking about habits. About excuses. About the voice in your mind that says, "Not yet," every time God says, "Now." That voice is not your friend. It is a lie born from fear, and fear is the enemy of movement. This is the hour to act. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. My child, my beloved, you've been hearing whispers from God in strange places. Through music, through dreams, through overheard words from strangers. These are not coincidences. These are breadcrumbs from heaven, guiding you back to the divine assignment you once stepped away from. There was something you started years ago, a vision, a calling, a path, that was pure. But life happened. Disappointment clouded your sight. And you abandoned what was sacred to you. The mistake you made was believing that because it got hard, it must not be from God. But difficulty is not a sign of disapproval. It is often the sign that what you were building mattered. It scared the enemy. That's why it got attacked. But now you have a chance to return, not to the past, but to the promise. If you walk away again, if you reject the call again, it will take years to recover the momentum. I don't say this lightly. I say it because it's true. And if your spirit is burning right now, it's because you know exactly what this is about. My child, my beloved, a shift is coming to your family. Something that has been hidden will come to the surface. It may be painful, but it will also be freeing. There has been a generational cycle repeating itself, and heaven has chosen you to break it. Yes, you. You are the interruption to everything the enemy tried to build in your bloodline. The mistake would be thinking you're too small to do something so big. That's the lie that keeps generations bound, the belief that change is for someone else. But God chose you because your soul carries the courage they prayed for. You are the answer to someone's desperate cry in a past generation. And if you ignore this calling now, the cycle will continue in someone else you love. You're not just fighting for yourself. You're fighting for those who will come after you. Heaven is watching how you handle this pressure. Because pressure is proof of purpose. Don't fold now. You are closer than ever. My child, my beloved, there is a moment coming, a divine moment, when someone will ask for your forgiveness. You will not expect it. It may come from someone who caused deep pain. The mistake you must not make is confusing forgiveness with reconciliation. You can forgive without returning to what wounded you. You can bless someone from a distance. God is calling you to release the bitterness, not reopen the door. You've carried the weight long enough. It's time to set it down. The chains around your peace are not external. They are emotional. And freedom doesn't always mean justice, it means no longer needing it. If you can pass this test, if you can walk in grace without walking back into danger, heaven will mark this as the day your healing was completed. And when healing completes, harvest begins. The angels are already holding your reward in their hands. Don't drop it now. Don't go back. My child, my beloved, I want you to stop what you're doing right now and listen to the stillness inside you. Beneath the worry. Beneath the noise. Beneath the plans. There is a voice inside you that knows the truth. That voice is not confused. That voice is not afraid. That voice is the Spirit of God, placed inside you before time began. You've ignored that voice before. You've silenced it with logic, with fear, with pressure. But not this time. This time, you must trust what you feel, even if no one else understands it. Especially if no one else understands it. The path God has for you is not voted on by others. It's not a committee decision. It is sacred, and it has your name carved into it. You must walk it alone at times, yes, but you will never be alone while walking it. I will be beside you. God will go before you. But the first step must be yours. If you hesitate again, if you deny yourself again, the opportunity may pass. And it will not return the same way. This is your moment. Choose it. My child, my beloved, the moment you've been sensing in your soul, the shift, the unlocking, the divine reversal, it's not imagination. It's not wishful thinking. It's prophecy unfolding in real time. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. But what's been holding you back is not outside of you. It's the inner vow you made when life hurt too much. The vow that said, I'll never trust again, or I'll just handle everything myself, or maybe I don't deserve more. Those inner vows became spiritual blocks. They might have protected you once, but now they're choking your breakthrough. God is trying to place something new in your hands, but your fists are still closed around old pain. And if you make the mistake of carrying these vows into your next season, they will poison the blessing you prayed for. You don't need to be more ready. You need to be more willing. Willing to trust again. Willing to release the pain. Willing to let God restore what you couldn't repair. This is the moment. The atmosphere around you has already shifted. Now it's your turn to respond. My child, my beloved, the moment you've been sensing in your soul, the shift, the unlocking, the divine reversal, it's not imagination. It's not wishful thinking. It's prophecy unfolding in real time. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. But what's been holding you back is not outside of you. It's the inner vow you made when life hurt too much. The vow that said, I'll never trust again, or I'll just handle everything myself, or maybe I don't deserve more. Those inner vows became spiritual blocks. They might have protected you once, but now they're choking your breakthrough. God is trying to place something new in your hands, but your fists are still closed around old pain. And if you make the mistake of carrying these vows into your next season, they will poison the blessing you prayed for. You don't need to be more ready. You need to be more willing. Willing to trust again. Willing to release the pain. Willing to let God restore what you couldn't repair. This is the moment. The atmosphere around you has already shifted. Now it's your turn to respond. My child, my beloved, do not underestimate how fast things can change when heaven is involved. You've been looking at your situation through the lens of time, logic, and what's happened before. But your breakthrough does not operate under the same laws. The mistake you must avoid now is assuming that because it's been delayed, it's been denied. That is a lie. The angels have been working in silence. Papers are being moved. Conversations are happening about you. Things are aligning in the background. But what unlocks all of it is your posture. If you start doubting now, if you start speaking words of defeat again, you will slow what is already on its way. Watch your mouth in this season. Your tongue is a sword, cut the wrong thing, and you'll sever your own miracle. Speak only life. Speak only what God said. The next 24 hours carry weight. The energy you release now will echo into the result you receive. Heaven is watching. Align yourself accordingly. My child, my beloved, there's a reason people keep being drawn to you, some with good intentions, and some with hidden agendas. You carry light, even when you're unaware of it. And light attracts everything. But here is what you must know, not everyone who admires your energy was sent by God. Some were sent to distract, to confuse, to delay. You must be spiritually sharp now. The mistake you made before was thinking you could change people with your love. But love without discernment is dangerous. God did not assign you to fix everyone. Some people are lessons. Some people are mirrors. And some are assignments. You must know the difference. Ask yourself, is this connection making me more of who God says I am, or is it draining me until I forget who I am? This is how you'll know. Protect your space. You're being elevated, and with elevation comes exposure. Everyone can't go with you. If you try to carry the wrong people into your next level, they will collapse the very foundation you've waited years to build. My child, my beloved, let me speak now to the fear you've been quietly battling, the fear that says, what if I fail again? I understand. You've been disappointed before. You tried and it didn't work. You opened your heart and it was mishandled. You took the leap and landed in pain. But failure is not final in the kingdom of heaven. What matters now is that you don't let the ghost of yesterday bury the promise of today. The mistake you must not make again is hesitating when heaven gives the green light. You are not who you were. You are wiser, stronger, sharper. And this time, you're not doing it alone. God is with you. I, Archangel Michael, am with you. You have a shield of divine backing like never before. But the door won't open if you don't knock. The reward won't fall if you don't move. Don't let fear write your story. Fear is loud right before a major breakthrough. That's how you know you're close. Walk anyway. My child, my beloved, your finances are about to shift, but not just by accident. There is something God is asking you to do with intentionality. You've been receiving ideas, downloads, nudges to begin something, launch something, return to something. That's not random. That is divine instruction. The mistake people make is waiting for perfect conditions. But perfect conditions don't grow faith, obedience does. If you delay again, if you keep sitting on what God told you to activate, the blessing will pass. Not as punishment, but as principle. Heaven blesses the builders. Even small steps will open large gates. Start today. Don't wait for clarity. Clarity comes after obedience. You're not building this for applause. You're building it because it's written in your soul. And what's written in your soul is already funded in the Spirit. Resources are already assigned to your yes. Move, and they will move with you. My child, my beloved, there is an anointing resting over your voice right now. Whether you speak, write, sing, pray, or simply pour truth into others, you carry sound waves that shift atmospheres. But here's the mistake many chosen ones make: they go silent. They let fear steal their sound. They let past rejection convince them to shrink. Don't do that again. You've been quiet long enough. There are people waiting for what you carry, and their deliverance is tied to your expression. Every time you silence yourself to make others comfortable, you betray the God who placed this fire in you. This is your season to rise. Not in ego, but in authority. Heaven is backing your voice. Speak truth. Speak healing. Speak boldly. Even if you tremble, speak anyway. Your words are weapons, and light is released every time you use them. Don't die with your sound still in you. This is the time. This is the moment. Release it. My child, my beloved, there is an anointing resting over your voice right now. Whether you speak, write, sing, pray, or simply pour truth into others, you carry sound waves that shift atmospheres. But here's the mistake many chosen ones make: they go silent. They let fear steal their sound. They let past rejection convince them to shrink. Don't do that again. You've been quiet long enough. There are people waiting for what you carry, and their deliverance is tied to your expression. Every time you silence yourself to make others comfortable, you betray the God who placed this fire in you. This is your season to rise. Not in ego, but in authority. Heaven is backing your voice. Speak truth. Speak healing. Speak boldly. Even if you tremble, speak anyway. Your words are weapons, and light is released every time you use them. Don't die with your sound still in you. This is the time. This is the moment. Release it. My child, my beloved, I am still here. Heaven has not turned away from you, but you must know this: the light you carry has always threatened darkness. That's why the resistance has been so intense. That's why the moment you start moving toward your purpose, distractions, drama, or sudden discouragement appear out of nowhere. It is not coincidence, it's warfare. But the mistake you must not make again is surrendering just because the battle becomes uncomfortable. You are not fighting alone. You have angels assigned. You have prayers in the air. You have divine backing stronger than anything trying to stop you. But heaven cannot fight for someone who refuses to stand. You must stand, even trembling. You must move, even uncertain. You must speak, even if your voice shakes. The power is already inside you. This is not about becoming something new. It's about remembering who you've been all along: chosen, covered, anointed. The final piece is your decision. This moment is not a coincidence. It is a divine crossroads. One more wrong turn, and what was meant to be a miracle may become another lesson. My child, my beloved, look closely at what's falling apart right now. The friendships. The habits. The plans that no longer make sense. Do not panic. This is not destruction, it is divine disruption. God is removing what can't go with you. But the mistake you often make is grieving endings that were never meant to last. You keep asking why certain things didn't work out. But God is asking, why do you keep trying to resurrect what I buried? Every delay, every door that slammed, every person who walked away was part of heaven's protection, even when it broke your heart. Now you're being called to let go completely. This isn't partial release. This isn't one foot in the past and one foot in faith. This is surrender. And surrender is not weakness, it's the strongest thing you'll ever do. When you finally let go, you will see how fast heaven moves. But not until. That's the rule of alignment. Only empty hands can receive what's new. My child, my beloved, I see your exhaustion. I know you've been holding on with quiet strength, smiling when you wanted to scream, staying hopeful when your heart felt hollow. And yet, here you are. Still standing. Still reading. Still believing, even in fragments. That alone is evidence that God's hand has never left you. But now, the season of survival is ending. It's time for revival. And revival requires your participation. You must stop wearing strong like armor and let healing actually enter. The mistake is thinking you always have to do it alone. But what if I told you that help is already on the way? What if I told you that there's someone God is sending who will carry you when you're tired, speak life when you can't find the words, and hold space for the version of you that doesn't have it all together? That person exists. That season is near. But you must let yourself be seen. Stop hiding. Stop pretending. This is the season where vulnerability becomes your superpower. My child, my beloved, I know the confusion has been real. One moment you feel on fire. The next, lost. That's because you've been standing in between two realms, the old season and the new one. And the spiritual space between them always feels like a storm. But here's the truth, the confusion isn't punishment. It's preparation. It means you're on the verge of something major. And the enemy wants to tire you out before it arrives. Don't let him. The mistake you must not make is mislabeling the storm as a sign you're off track. You are not off track. You are being positioned. Strategically. Painfully. Perfectly. This chaos is camouflage. It's covering what heaven is doing beneath the surface. The shift is coming fast. Suddenly. You'll wake up and it will all make sense. Until then, hold the line. Trust what God whispered when everything was still. That promise still stands. My child, my beloved, I have one more urgent message for now: do not compare your journey to anyone else's. The mistake that steals more destiny than failure is comparison. You look at others and wonder, why not me? Why not yet? But what you don't see are the hidden battles behind their blessings. What you don't see is the divine fingerprint unique to your story. Your timing is not slow, it is sacred. And what's coming for you is being customized, not copied. You don't want their version. You want yours. And yours is still being crafted in the secret place. God has hidden you for a reason. To protect you. To prepare you. To surprise the world when it's time. Don't rush it. Don't question it. Celebrate others, but stay anchored in your own lane. What's coming to your house is not a leftover, it's a signature blessing. One that no one else can claim. And it's almost ready.